Hello and welcome to episode 29 of my Working with Todoist series. In this episode, I want to just go through a little thing that came up in one of the comments on my blog post actually, is what to do with those niggly little things that crop up on a daily basis that you capture in your inbox throughout the day. So let's just create a few tasks. I can give you an example. Buy orange juice because my wife asked me that when I go shopping today, will I buy some orange juice? So for the missus. So I know that this is going to be at anywhere. I always call this anywhere. It could be out and about. I used to have a context called out and about. So add that task and send Star Wars poster. Send poster to Jim. Let's think. What else could we put in there? Take. Okay, so there's just four simple basic tasks that we've got. Now, none of these are a project in themselves. They're just what I would call niggly little tasks that I've picked up throughout the day. And the question is, what do you do with these tasks when they come up? Now, for me, in my projects list, I have, as I've gone through projects with you guys many times before, I have projects here, work and home. Now, work and home projects, in my work project at the moment, I only have two main projects ongoing, and then I have this folder here called my single actions folder. Now, my single actions folder, I have one for my work projects and I have one for my home projects. Now, at the moment, my focus of attention is on the business creativity textbook that I'm writing at the moment, because I'm onto a deadline of the end of April, and so all my efforts going into that. The Roche lecture series is just coming up with some ideas for the lecture series, which we will do during the summer. So the main function for this, these little niggly little tasks that don't belong in any specific project, I created this single actions folder. Now, I got this idea again from the Getting Things Done book. Because they're not projects on themselves and they don't belong to any individual projects. And as I am very strict at keeping my active project list down to its bare minimum, I use a someday maybe folder for a lot of my other projects that may come up at some time in the future. But for now, I just keep this singles actions folder for my niggly little things that need to come up. So buy orange juice for the missus. I put that in anywhere, and that could be today. So when I'm doing my process at the end of the day, I can actually. That's going to be a red flag, because for those of you married out there, you must do what your wife says. And I just drag that into home single actions folder. Send poster to Jim. That could be a work project, so that will go into my business single actions folder. Take Barney for a drive. That can go in my home. And reschedule Tina's meeting goes into my work. And that's it. That's basically what I do. Now, to be fair, when I'm processing, I will always add a label to them. And I would add a time to it, or a day to it, whatever needs doing. So there you go. That's how I use my that's how I handle those niggly little tasks that come up and don't belong to any particular project. Maybe it's just a phone call dentist to make an appointment. That's not really a project if you've already got the telephone number in your phone. Now, if you go back to the GTD book, you'll find that David Allen says, well, that would be a project because you need to find the telephone number. The first task would be find telephone number of the the dentist and call the dentist and make an appointment. That's 2 tasks, and therefore it's a project. But I think for most of us, and certainly for me, I have my dentist's telephone number in my phone, so I would contact him. I wouldn't have to look at the number. So there you go. That's how I suggest you handle all those niggly little tasks that crop up which don't belong to a project, but at the same time they still need to be done, and it's going to take you maybe longer than 2 minutes. Okay, hopefully that's been useful for you today. Again, if you have any suggestions, anything that you would like me to cover in Todoist, please leave a comment in the section below. And most of all, don't forget to subscribe to get the latest videos as and when I publish them. Thank you very much for watching, and until next time, have a fantastic week.